Sao Paulo, 15th of February, 2023. We have a strange topic today with our typical unpopular opinion. We read the title, the opinion together. I read through the explanation from someone on the internet. You can search for the link to the website in the About section on the YouTube page. But the topic today, I do believe, is very unpopular. I have never heard anyone share this before. So a quick review. We go over the English after reading the opinion. And then after that, we have questions and conversation about the topic, which is nightmares. Nightmares, pesadelos. Nightmares are better than good dreams. Someone's flushing their toilet. Nightmares are better than good dreams. Nightmares are better than good dreams. This is from Armagedonas. Nice name. From Reddit. That's Reddit. I'm sure at some point I may be red flagged for using someone else's anonymous content, but I did not see any copyright information on the page. And fair use, right? We're using this for educational purposes. I am making zero money on these episodes. It's purely educational. Okay. Nightmares are better than good dreams. I still haven't found anyone that agrees with me yet, so here it goes. Waking up from a nice dream always makes me feel disappointed and messes up with my day. It's like a reminder of how mundane and unfulfilling everyday life is, for me at least, leaving me wanting to stay in bed more just to dream a little bit longer. A nightmare, on the other hand, fills me with adrenaline and gives me a nice, shocking awakening with my heart beating uncontrollably. Not only do I get off bed instantly and fully aware, ready to take on whatever the day throws at me, but also feel a sense of appreciation for my current situation, knowing that everything I had just experienced was all in my head. I often experience sleep paralysis during the night as well. Example given, unable to move, seeing shadowy figures on my room walls and my heart pumping fast, which I sometimes find quite enjoyable. Okay. 3 paragraphs more or less of English content about nightmares em comparação aos sonhos bons, né? So we have 3 paragraphs about nightmares in English. In the next segment, we will review the vocab, or at least the most difficult, the most challenging or strange English words from the reading. How do I choose? Como eu selecionei? Como eu escolho essas palavrinhas? I choose this from my experience teaching Brazilians in class and Latinos in general, right? Well, there's a debate question. Brazilians, Latinos or not? Latinos in Latin America. Teaching Spanish speakers and Portuguese speaking Brazilians. So, of course, provavelmente vai ter palavras que você está confundindo e eu não estou lendo ou observando. Mas você pode comentar, deixar um comentário na página do YouTube ou no e-mail ou me busca fora desses canais. So in the next segment, vocab, and then questions and conversation. Nightmares are better than good dreams. This is our vocabulary review. You can find the link in the About section, in the Info section for this episode, or you can search reddit.com, R-E as in egg, D-D-I as in it, T, reddit.com. Nightmares are better than good dreams. Nightmares, the spelling. Night, maybe more simple, mares, one word. Night, Nightmares. Bad dreams, pesadelos. Bad dreams. In English, we also say bad dreams. I had a bad dream last night. We don't have to say nightmares, right? But pesadelo would translate to nightmare. Disappointed. Disappointed always makes me feel, waking up from a nice dream always makes me feel disappointed. Not happy, unhappy, discontent, let down. When reality does not meet or match, excuse me, your expectations or your desire. So decepcionado, decepcionada. Waking up from a nice dream always makes me feel disappointed and messes up with my day. Now, this is a phrasal verb, to mess up. We don't need with. I don't know why this person put with. To mess up with my day. I would just say messes up my day. So the phrasal verb I am going to review, to mess up something, to mess something up. We're not going to use with. It's unnecessary, but someone used it, so maybe I'm incorrect, although I think not. So to mess up something is to interfere in a negative way, to make a mess, right? Para fazer uma bagunça, bagunçar, to make something bad or worse, piorar. So someone messes up my hair, it is to make it messy, and the implication is no, I'm not happy about it. It's, in my opinion, it's worse. It's peor, worse. A reminder, a shortcut, a trigger, a spark to a memory. So it's a noun, a reminder, Reminder. Something that creates or gives you a memory from the past. Uma lembrança. Uma lembrança. Mundane. Mundane. I think this word does not translate exactly the same, right? Let me check again. Mundane. I know in Portuguese there is mundano. Whoops, I put in mundano in the translator. Yeah, so mundano in Portuguese seems to be more like terreno, of o mundo, mundano. In English, that would be worldly, worldly, like world with ly, worldly. This is different, right? So this is a false cognate. These are false friends. They look the same. They probably have the same origin, but we've, for some reason, in Portuguese, have associated this word with one meaning, and in English, one significance. In English, it's another. In English, this just means boring, not interesting, not important, unexciting. So, mundane, mundane job, or mundane work would be boring, not interesting, not important, unexciting. Tedioso, chato, aborrecido, desinteressante. So mundane, English, boring, chato, Portuguese. Unfulfilling. It's like a reminder of how mundane and unfulfilling everyday life is. So they're using mundane and unfulfilling together to describe life, everyday life. Unfulfilling is the opposite of fulfilling. Fulfilling means satisfactorio. gratificante, satisfying, gratifying. So, unfulfilling, ingratificante, insatisfatoria, not satisfying, unsatisfying. So they're saying, hey man, waking up from a good dream, you wake up and shit, it's just, fuck, I'm back in the real world. It's boring, it's unexciting, it's ingratificante, it's not satisfying, so it's a little depressing. Although I think most people can relate, myself included, sometimes. But let's continue. It fills me with. A nightmare, on the other hand, fills me with adrenaline and gives me a nice, shocking awakening. Mi enche de adrenalina. E me dá, gives me a nice, shocking awakening. Awakening would be uma desperta, right? The noun for someone is going from asleep to awake. What do we call it? An awakening. Um, Awakening can also be used for education and information, right? Spiritual or factual or scientific. So the Great Awakening in the United States is a phrase that refers to a period where people were focusing and spreading certain versions of the Bible, certain persuasions, certain forms of biblical teaching. So that's not about waking up in your bed in the morning. It's not that kind of awakening or despertar, mas um outro tipo de despertar, de alma. So it fills me with me enche de. What else can we pick apart here? To take on whatever the day throws at me. Not only do I get off bed instantly and fully aware, I know that feeling. I don't like that feeling, but not only do I get off bed instantly and fully aware, ready to take on whatever the day throws at me, but also feel a sense of appreciation. Okay. So to take on something, and in this expression, there's a big chunk at the end. To take on what? Whatever the day throws at me. So to take on something would be to conquistar, enfrentar, para conquistar, enfrentar. Whatever the day throws at me would be qualquer coisa o que o dia me jogue em mim, right? Whatever the day throws at me, qualquer coisa o que o dia me jogue em mim. Então, para conquistar, enfrentar qualquer coisa o que o dia me jogue em mim. To take on whatever the day throws at me. Why? Why do I feel that way? Because I just had a shit, scary nightmare. And I'm waking up awake, not sleepy and groggy and anything else from that last paragraph. Sleep paralysis. So this is more of like I guess a medical or psychological term, right? This is not a basic English vocabulary expression, but sleep paralysis is when you are unable to move, and they say this in the text, and you're paralyzed in the sense where maybe your eyes are awake, your literally your eyes are open, but your body is sleeping, your brain is sleeping. And so you can see, but you're also kind of dreaming. You can't move your body, so you're stuck in whatever position you are in bed, and it's sleep paralysis. So it's a little bit terrifying. Um, I've had this happen to me only one time that I can remember, and I was very sick. But I remember being in bed with the door open, can't move, which was scary. Que foi susto. It was scary. And seeing my brother walk across the hallway, this is a long time ago in high school. We were getting ready for school in the morning. seeing him walk by the door and me trying to tell him, "Hey man, help me. I can't move. I'm I think I'm dying." And he kept walking and I think I just went back to sleep eventually, but sleep paralysis, heart pumping, pumping, doom 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 doom. Pumping is a kind of an onomatopoeia or a bump 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 bump. The word is also a sound. Um, and enjoyable, agradável. Sometimes I find quite enjoyable, agradável. So, in our next segment, our final segment, questions and conversation about dreams and nightmares. Dreams. Maybe you've seen The Sandman on Netflix. Dreams and nightmares. And what do we prefer? What are your experiences? Because we all do this every night. But there's, I think, a wide variety. There's all sorts of different experiences with dreams and nightmares. So, in the next segment, questions, conversation. Questions, conversation. As promised, this is our final segment for the title, the headline. Nightmares are better than good dreams. Nightmares are better. Os pesadelos são melhor que os sonhos. um, Question number one. How do you... Well, I've already fucked it up. Question number one. How often do you remember your dreams after you wake up? Com qual frequência você está lembrando os seus sonhos ou pesadelos depois de acordar? How often? Com o que ou qual frequência? Yeah, we can say in English how frequently, but we use this word more. Often. How often do you remember? Você lembra seus sonhos, your dreams, after you wake up? Depois, né? After you wake up. Personally, for me, I remember the nightmares a lot more than the dreams, right? The good dreams. I have a few dreams that I remember that are good, and a lot of them are about opening a closet full of shoes that I want or remember from my past. Sometimes shoes I've never owned, that I never had. Sometimes shoes that I did have that are gone. Um, Bad dreams, I don't have terrifying nightmares. I've never had real bad dreams, but I do remember it is frequently since I've been in Brazil. I have I frequently remember nightmares. Um, Not necessarily bad dreams, but dreams where I wake up kind of thinking and heart, like he said, heart pumping, do 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 do, and alert, nay, and not sad, but kind of shaken, shocked a little bit. But how often do I remember my dreams after I wake up? Not often. Not often. Do you ever feel sad when you wake up from a dream? Why or why not? Você sente às vezes triste quando você acorda de sonho ou pesadelo? Por quê ou por que não? For me, yes. Not necessarily even bad dreams or nightmares. Sometimes they're good dreams, like said in the post, right? When you wake up from a good dream, it's sad. For me, it's seeing friends and family. I see lots of friends that I haven't seen in 5, 6, 7 years. And yeah, man, it's difficult to see people's faces, and these are long dreams too. I don't mean I'm sleeping long. I mean, it feels like days go by in my dreams sometimes with people that I am not with physically in my life in Sao Paulo. People that I miss. Que eu tô sentindo falta, that I miss. So that would be it for me. Friends and family. Again, not they're usually a mix between bad and good dreams. Um, do you consider nightmares to be fun or exciting? Do you consider nightmares to be fun or exciting? Hmm, I'm not sure about this one. Você considera os pesadelos para ser divertido ou divertido? Para ser divertido. Do you think, você acha os pesadelos são divertidos? I think sometimes, right? But I guess what is the significance of the word nightmare if we're using the word fun? Maybe it's not a nightmare if it's fun, during or after the dream. So, um, exciting, yeah, okay. Fun, if it's fun to me, it's not a nightmare. It's a good dream. So, have you ever experienced sleep paralysis? Você já repassou? I think repassar. I gotta check this one. Você já passou parálisis de dormir? Let's try on here. Sleep paralysis first. Sleep paralysis. Paralisia do sono. Do sono. Paralisia do sono. Você já passou ou repassou paralisia do sono? I explained to you I have, so we will move on to the next question. Do you have any recurring dreams or nightmares? Do you have any dreams or nightmares that kind of happen again and again and again and again in your life? It's a hot day, guys. I'm having a beer. Um, I gave you mine, right? Shoes is a common one. Friends and family is the most common. Again, people who I'm not with. I don't mean the people I see every day. Usually, it's people I'm missing that I don't see, and it's been a long time. Faz tempão. It's been a long time. And while you're thinking in English about your repeating dreams, let's do this in Portuguese. Você tem alguns sonhos ou pesadelos repetitivos? And so while you're thinking, enquanto você está pensando, while you're thinking in English about how to answer that question, yes or no, let's see. In Brazil, according to a UK sleep organization website, I don't know. In Brazil, the most common dream is about snakes. Have you had a dream about snakes? Any of you Brazilian people? And by region, it's snakes. It's snakes and snakes. By the north and by, looks like it's all snakes. Most of Latin America, no, snakes. Argentina is spiders. Uruguay is snakes. Chile is mice or ratos, ratinhos. Colombia is piollo. Oh God, I've had dreams of piollo. Oh my God, they're so bad. In the United States, where I am from, de onde eu sou, né? From the United States, teeth falling out, perdendo dente. Mexico, ex relationships. Where else can we go? Where else can we go? Let's go to Europe. Russia, snakes. Finland, snakes? Are there snakes in Finland? Jesus. Spain, teeth falling out. United Kingdom, teeth falling out. All of it. Ireland, Belgium, it's all teeth falling out. Denmark is pregnancy. Okay. France is ex relationship. Italy, pregnancy. God, the mosquitoes in here. Okay, let's find something strange. Greece, Grecia, hat. Okay, hats, chapels. In Grecia. Anything else very strange? Saudi Arabia. Well, there's a lot here. Marriage. I'm not going to go any deeper there. South Korea, caindo na agua, falling into water. Anything else that's rainbows in Bhutan, a small country in uh, um, Central Asia. I guess on the border of East Asia, right next to India and Nepal and China. Death, I see a few of death in Sri Lanka. There was some in Latin America that were death, or Central America. Costa Rica is the dead, os mortos. Nothing out. Cars in Haiti. Cars. In Bahamas, doves, a bird. So that's all we got for today's episode on nightmares and dreams. Dreams are better. No, nightmares are better than dreams. What do you think? Have you heard this opinion before? Anybody that you know talking about waking up from a nightmare and feeling good? Let me know. Leave a comment. Inscrever, subscribe to the YouTube page. Do what you got to do. Thanks for listening.